Hey guys, welcome again to the second part of the video in which we'll be talking about if a high body count affects you as a human and affects your future. With that being said, let's get straight to that TikTok and let's see what this girl has to say.
Let's talk about celibacy and why I went celibate and why I think you should go celibate. I don't know if I'm the only one, but when I was participating in hookup culture, I was at my lowest self esteem, my lowest self confidence. I did not value myself, and I felt like I was not being true to myself either.
Guys, are you surprised by this? Because I'm not. Is anyone surprised by this? The fact of the matter is that women, not only women, men also, but especially women, they do not feel well in those hookup, this hookup lifestyle. And it is that, living this one night stands, this period of your life where you will just hook up with a lot of people, it's not something that brings joy to your life. You may feel the rush, a rush of emotions. For girls, for example, they feel all the attraction of different men wanting them at all times. Everybody wants to sleep with them. They feel on top of the world. They feel like they're invincible. They feel all this validation and they feel good for the moment. They feel like they deserve all this love, etc. But reality is that you're not being loved by anyone. Nobody cares about you. Nobody, wants to hear your story. Nobody cares about your dreams or whatever. People are just using you for your body. And that doesn't lead to anything. This is why we have so many women that when they're young and attractive, they receive all this attention. But when they get older, nobody wants to deal with them. Nobody cares about them because essentially they don't have anything else to provide. So excuse me for the gameplay if you see it gets paused, but going back to my point, as a woman you can go through this phase and you will not get anything out of it, and nobody is surprised by this because everyone knows this at this point. The only person that doesn't know it apparently is the womanist we covered on the first video, on the first part, where she will say, yeah, hookup culture is fine. Why should it be telling about my future? Why should it be, telling about my my character and how it will develop? But let's get again to the TikTok, guys.
I constantly found myself wanting more out of someone. So if they only wanted to hook up with me and they were very prominent with that, um, either I would believe that I can change their mind, which is so bad, or I was just left there like, okay, I kind of wish we had something more. I had a very unhealthy relationship with sex. I never really had sex for my own pleasure. It was just to please others, which is terrible.
Yeah, there's something else to be said, and it is that when men want bedroom fun, it's usually just for the bedroom fun. They like the pleasure. Uh, I'm talking about hookup culture. When women want bedroom fun in hookup culture, they do not care that much about the joy itself. They don't care about bedroom fun itself. They care more about the attention they receive and the feeling of being attractive.
And I didn't view sex as just having sex like other people. I noticed that I bonded a lot emotionally through it. I also felt this bad because I was just overly sexualized and I was only seen as a pretty face with a body and like nothing else mattered. I would go on dates and hang out with guys, and their only goal of the night was to hook up. And I'm here like talking about my goals, my ambitions, like trying to, you know, just hang out and have a conversation. And it was just so shitty that after all of that, all they wanted to do was hook up. After
Well, you cannot truly blame them because, that's the phase you were into, that's what you were offering. But this thing you mentioned about how you wanted something else, you wanted to talk with them, you said, a few seconds ago that she emotionally bonded. It's almost as if, guys, almost as if every time you spend time with someone, you have different activities with him, you spend the night with him, it's almost as if you emotionally bond. Maybe a lot, maybe a little, but it's almost as if you cannot just go through hookup culture, you know, without getting emotionally drained after every time you sleep with someone and you expect commitment from someone and he doesn't give it to you. Almost as if.
After I went celibate for 2 years, I gained my self esteem back, my confidence is back and thriving. I am also able to filter out guys that only want sex with me. Like, I am not celibate anymore, but
Wait, what? Did I hear that correctly?
only want sex with me. Like, I am not only.
Wait. Let's hear that again.
I am also able to filter out guys that only want sex with me. Like, I am not celibate anymore, but I'm still very much selective with who I sleep with.
No way. Guys, we found a woman who, after a bad period and after bad experiences, she actually learned how to differentiate between good men, you know, that want something serious with her, and bad men who only want to use her for her body. Madam, can you please share your secret with all the other TikTok babes? Can you please, you know, share this incredible wisdom and knowledge? Like, man, how were you able to figure it out? We have all the entitled, empowered woman on TikTok saying things like, men just play with me, they play their games, they used me, I didn't know what to do, I couldn't have guessed it beforehand because, you know, every man is such a liar and it's impossible to, you know, pick a good partner. Well, it seems like this woman was able to, you know, come to a point in her life in which she can actually differentiate between good and bad men. Holy crap, guys, we did it. We found a woman who actually figured it out. You know, almost as if it's not freaking impossible to understand what men want you only for your body and what men want to commit to you. Incredible. But let's get to reading a research, guys, which talks about, you know, having a large amount of bedroom fun. And I will say to my editor to add this in the description so you can read the whole thing if you want. I'm reading. And I will be, you know, I have to keep PG-12 here on YouTube, so I will be censoring most of the words. S3-actual risk-taking generally refers to patterns of S3-actual behavior that put individuals and their S3-actual partner at great risk of a certain type of illnesses. However, less is known about the psychological consequences of multiple partners, be they short-term serial or concurrent relationships. Yeah, well, one thing to mention is that in the end, you know, your opinion on high body counts is based on your morals. There are not many researchers that talk about the psychological effects, you know, so that is why most often people use their morals. The psychological impact of such relationships may be because the relational aspect of bedroom fun is missing, meaning the bedroom fun is impersonal. Yeah, it is the point I mentioned before where, you know, when you have bedroom fun, you tend to emotionally invest. I keep reading. The bedroom fun is impersonal, and therefore there may be negative emotional consequences. Yeah, like draining yourself when you sleep with 100 different dudes and no one commits to you. Or it may be due to the emotional consequences of the breakups of multiple short-term relationships. Further, men and women may differ in how they experience such relationships in so much as they vary in the reasons for engaging in bedroom fun. Women tend more often to engage emotionally in bedroom relationships than men. Yeah, guys, it's what I was saying before that, you know, as a man and as a woman, I think both genders are negatively impacted by having a high body count with no commitment at all, because it's emotionally draining and it affects your personality, it affects the view, you know, your view of such topics. But it's even more damaging to women because they tend to invest emotionally more into these things. And guys, I can speak about this for hours. I can read the whole thing. There is a lot to be said, but time is short, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.